Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Panzerkampfwagen VII. It's a tier 10 German heavy tank. It's located on the north spawn of Halluf, and this one is under the command of Jamie2006 of the S3AL clan. Game on. It sounds like he's got skill as his commander in this one. It's a 128mm main gun capable of doing 560 alpha, and it will penetrate through 276mm with the standard AP, but of course he hasn't got any AP. He's actually firing nothing but APCR, and he's got 325mm pin with those. Now, he doesn't carry a whole lot of ammunition, only 40 rounds in total, and you can see he's elected to carry some HE rounds as well, just in case. And they're capable of 700 alpha, but only 65mm pin. So I suspect that he'll probably use that to finish off enemy tanks that are badly wounded. Now, it's one of the heavy tanks that they were thinking about when they actually put the turret at the rear rather than at the front, making it obvious that the engine's in front of the crew. Now, that was a bit of a snap, and that really shouldn't have been fired, but, well, I suppose he was hoping that he might get something out of it. Unfortunately, it just didn't work. But the reload's fairly quick anyway. The standard reload by the book is 15 seconds and 15.34, and he's got 12.06. Target in sight. Pumps one straight through the 60 TP, and he blocks the shot with the tracks. That was a 152mm round that came back at him. And there's his opposite number. Yep. He can get through that that guy. In fact, it wasn't his opposite number. That was a VK7201A, which of course is still tier 10 and a premium. Okay. Get this unusual position where you can actually turn the turret so you're actually looking over the rear of the vehicle. The gun depression is only 7 degrees and the gun elevation is 17, so it's okay for looking up. It's not so good for working ridgelines. And I'm wondering why he's actually decided to go back, but it could have something to do with the fact that not many tanks actually went to the northwest corner of the map, and he decided that really it wasn't a fair fight. If he was to stay over there, he'd probably get wiped out. So he's decided to pull back and hit the enemy as they get closer. And I'm hoping the FB215B, which is the British heavy tank, and the Object 705A, the Soviet heavy tank, decide to come back as well. Because if they don't, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay, there might be some enemy tanks coming this way. And there are. Supercomp takes a hit of 532, which is a low roll. Okay, anyone else? Well, not before we're reloaded. Yeah, he's decided. Oh, he will take that 60 TP though. Yep. And that's a high roll for 640. Okay, there's a Bosch up there. Now that's a difficult shot at long range. You can see how accurate this gun is. It's incredibly accurate, this gun. 511 hit points, a long range shot. And he's decided he's going to make a hole in this little corner here, where it's very difficult for the enemy to get at him. Okay, well, they're deciding to bypass him for the moment. Okay, the Bosch has suddenly turned up and pumps around. Oh, it didn't get through the 2684, the Bobjet. And unfortunately, we just lost a teammate there in the Gorilla 15. And the 268 decide to get revenge. And he's out the game. Lovely shot. Right up his belly plate. Okay, so we're going to work this corner. And thank you very much, Mr. Supercomp. Another high roll for 574. Oh, Oh, he just took another big hit. And we're loaded. And he's out the game, and now he's actually providing extra armor for us, which is rather nice of him, because it makes it easier for us to kill these guys. Hello! Lower plate. Yep. It will go through the lower plate with the APCR. That's another high roll for 591. The next shot will kill the 7201K. Yep, he's pulled back. Oh, he got him! He was still there! He couldn't see him behind the bush, but he gathered that he was still there, and he was, so he got another kill. Now we've got the 60 TP. One into the side. Another high roll, 566. He's working his side, trying to avoid him getting a shot in. Block the shots. 2 shots blocked. Takes out the Foch. This corner can be worked. And oh, he gets a bit of ram damage there. Okay, well, he's going to take out the 60 TP. No, he doesn't get... He gets a low roll on the 60 TP. And now he's being accosted by this 60 TP who doesn't want to go away. And, yep. So he gets a low roll into that 60 TP, takes one in return. Okay, he's going to do the same again, I think. And he gets the guy this time. That's his 5th kill. He only had 312 hit points left. Now we've only got 468, so we're low. But we still pump around into the M48 pattern for 556. Now that wreck has kind of ruined our corner. Although we've still got 3 wrecks in front of us, the fact is that now we've got a problem because it's got that M48 pattern nearby. Now where's the other enemy? It's a Bosch 155. The pattern is not a one-shot, but we can take him out if we can get somebody else to shoot him first. Okay, well, we pumped around him. Now he's a one-shot for anyone. And he... Wow, look at that! He couldn't get a shot in. He only got 303 hit points for the heat round. And that means we've survived this stage of the battle. And it's now just hunting the Bosch 155 down to win the game. Excuse me, I've gone rather hoarse after all of that. That was one hell of a fight on that corner. And he did do the right thing. Holding up on that corner, he can turn the enemy tanks into wrecks and enhance the cover around himself. So the enemy were having difficulty trying to get at him, but he was not having difficulty hitting the enemy. He blocked 2 shots, which was 750 hit points apiece from 60 TPs. And he did that just by pointing his nose into the wall and making it very difficult for the enemy to do damage. That Bosch is unloading his shells on the Leopard at the moment. And unfortunately the Leopard does die. Now he's still loaded. And he takes a hit from us. But he is now definitely worried about us. Has he still got shots? I think he still has. But we're going to go in for some ram damage, I think. Oh, yes! He gets one into the viewport and wipes the guy out. What a fantastic battle by Jamie2006. Well, that epic battle took place yesterday afternoon at 17 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. And it really was a fantastic game. He deserved the ace tank he came away with on that one. Not his first. He's had them before in this vehicle. But it was an epic battle. He managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, naturally. He got a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle and surviving the battle. Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that battle. He managed to get 11. And he got a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks or more. In fact, it was very much the more because, of course, he was receiving hits from just about every enemy tank who had to pass that little corner where he was holed up because they couldn't get past him without getting a shot in them in the process. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall, and he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. The Foch 155 was his last kill, and I didn't realise what he was actually doing. When he moved towards the guy, right at the end, he made out as if he was going to ram him, which of course the Foch wanted, because of course that would take down Jamie and he would die. But he actually slowed down just at the moment, so he got a controlled impact on the Foch, and then fired his main gun straight into the viewport, which of course is the weak spot on the Foch, and killed him outright, stone dead, to be his 6th kill. His win rate from that one, 21,364, which is super unicum and a lot more. That's an almost impossible score, the sort that Skill would like to get, I think, on a regular basis, or Skill probably does get on a regular basis. Let's have a look at team score. The high damage was 9,872. Wow, nearly 10k damage in this game. The second highest damage was the M48 Patton, who got 5,898, and that was the one I was worried about at the end, because Pattons are notoriously good at getting good pens and good damage on the enemy tanks with their 105mm main gun. Yes, so he got the second highest damage. The third highest damage went to the Leopard 1 on his team, who managed 4,599, and he was the guy who took on the Foch 155 right at the end, but of course couldn't stand up to the autoloader. He got a Confederate in that game. And when it came to kills, we can see, yep, it's definitely Jamie with 6 kills. 3 kills went to the E100 and also to the M48 Patton, and 2 kills went to the Leopard 1, the EPR 105 on our team, and on the enemy team, their Leopard 1 and their Foch 155, the one right at the end of the game. When it came to base XP, yep, it's Jamie, 1,604 base experience points. He totally dominated that battle. 1,015 went to the Leopard 1, and they were the only 2 players who managed to make it over 1,000 base in the game, with 842 going to the EPR 105. Let's have a look at detail. He fired 21 rounds. He got 20 direct hits and 19 penetrations. 9,872 hit points of damage, of which 1,683 were at more than 300 meters. And I think of those shots, it just goes to show again, he got tremendous accuracy. We've seen this before from Jamie. He is very accurate with his shots, but it was only 2 rounds that didn't actually make it through the armor on that occasion. And one of those, I think, was a shot that he fired at, was it the VK? I think it may have been the VK that he tried to pen, and of course it bounced off, or at least one of the shots didn't go through. He received 10 hits from the enemy, and these were high caliber rounds, 152mm rounds or more, and he got 5 penetrations, 5 non-penetrations, and 3,400 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 4 enemy vehicles were spotted, 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 6 were killed, 945 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 29,023 credits, and that's even after he was using nothing but APCR premium rounds in the battle. In fact, you can see here the amount of credits that he made. Total amount for the battle, 191,927, and after all the ammo and consumables, he still came away with a profit. 7 bonds for it being tier 10, and he got 14,436 experience points out of that one after completing a mission completion of 9,624. Wow, that is a real demonstration of how to play the Panzer VII. If you want to get great results, I think you need to copy what you see in this battle. You really need to play it to its advantages. Dig your nose into that rock as soon as the enemy thinks like they might get the lower plate, because the lower plate is vulnerable on this thing. It used to be that it was just the sides at the back that were vulnerable, but they changed that around, and now it's the lower plate that's vulnerable. So you need to find a wall that you can stick that plate up against. And he was so nicely angled that those 60 TPs just couldn't get their shots through. So he was blocking 750 hit points at a time when those shots were fired in, because they were at the wrong angle and they just couldn't get through the tracks. That was one hell of a game. Well done, Jamie. Nice ace tanker. If you enjoyed that battle, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.